You guys ready to tackle a brand new problem? If you want to code along, make sure to hit the link in the description below. It's time to pop our daily dose of code.
I have always wanted to live in the Roman era, an era of glorious kings, of bloodthirsty gladiators. Even if you were a normal citizen in the Roman age, you could have beheld all the architectural splendors of Rome. This time, though, we're going to step into the shoes of Roman scholars and how they use their numbers. It's going to be a great video, guys. Make sure to stick around. All right, guys, I've hyped this problem up a lot. Let's hope it lives up to your expectations. Roman numbers to integers. You're given a string str that contains a Roman number. Now, this is a table you use to convert Roman numbers into integers. We'll get into that shortly. Convert this Roman number into an integer. So first, a couple of basic points. I denotes 1, V denotes 5, X denotes 10, and so on. Just have a look at this table. This is what each number corresponds to. So if you already know about Roman numbers, just skip to the next part of this video. If you don't, stick around. Now, as you can see on your screen here, I denotes 1, I denotes 2, and I denotes 3. However, this next entry here is invalid. We cannot repeat any digit more than thrice consecutively. So 4 is not I. Instead, if you recall that V is 5, IV is 4. That's because V is 5. And IV is going to mean we're going to have to subtract 1 from 5 in order to make it 4. Similarly, if we were to represent, say, 20, it would be XX. XX VIII would denote 28. 29, though, would not just be another I at the end, since that would mean we have 4 I's in a row. Instead, 29 is going to be denoted by XXIX. Now, here you can see all the special cases. 9 is represented by IX, 4 by IV, 40 by XL, 90 by XC, 400 by CD, and 900 by CM. So typically when we're writing a Roman number, as we can see here, the numbers with greater values come first. So in 28, X holds the highest value, which is why it comes first. The only case where that's not true is in these conditions, where we've got to represent 4, 9, 40, 90, 400, or 900. And note that in our constraints, it's mentioned that str is going to be a valid Roman number. So we don't have to consider the invalid case. Now that we know the underlying rules, let's try converting the Roman digits into their corresponding integers. Now the key to solve this problem is to notice that it's sorted in descending order from left to right. As we can see here, MCX is 1110. We can't write this as CMX or XCM. It has to be MCX. The only case where this is not true, like we just discussed, is when we have cases like this, when we have to denote 4, 9, 40, 90, or 400, 900. In that case, we've got to add a lower valued Roman symbol before a higher valued Roman symbol, which denotes that we have to subtract that value from the higher valued symbol. So all we have to do is iterate from left to right and add that symbol's value to our result. The only question is how to handle these exceptional cases. These exceptional cases only occur when a lower valued symbol occurs before a higher valued symbol. So all we have to do in order to solve this is to first map each symbol to its corresponding number. So we map M to 1000, C to 100, X to 10, and so on. Following that, we run a loop from left to right. That is from the greatest element to the least element. As long as the leftmost element is greater than or equal to the element after it, we simply add that value. If the left element is less than the right element, that's when we've got to subtract this element's value from the next element's value. And if this question was modified slightly, and if the question said you also have to identify each and every invalid input and return maybe -1, then what you'd have to do is check for 2 additional constraints. Constraint 1, the same character can never occur more than thrice. And condition 2, if we encounter a scenario where the current digit is less than the next digit, we have to check where in the table the current digit is with respect to the next digit. we never have a v preceding an x. Vx is 5, which is the same as v, so there's no point. Similarly, we'll never have an x preceding a d. That's because xd is 490, for which we already have a Roman numeral. 400 is cd and 90 is xc. So cdxc already denotes 490. If a symbol of lower value appears before a symbol of a higher value, then the higher valued symbol must be within 2 spaces of the lower valued symbol. In other words, I can only appear before v and x. X can only appear before L and C. And furthermore, the symbol of lower value has to be either I, X or C. It can't be anything else. If it's V, Vx is the same as V. If it's L, Lc is the same as L. Here we can see the code. The sum is initially 0. Now I points to the first symbol in the string. While I is less than the string, we iterate through it. If the current symbol is less than the next symbol, all we do is we subtract the current value from the next value and add it to sum. Otherwise, we directly add the symbol's value to sum and increment I. Once we return sum, we should get our integer value. Now, once we compile and test, we can see our sample test case has been passed. XIX is indeed 19. And once we hit submit, every input has been accepted. So guys, that's the solution to the problem. I hope you liked it. This is a two-parter problem, like many of the problems we've been encountering so far. The next is going to be a slightly harder variant of this. Instead of converting Roman numbers into integers, we're going to be converting integers into Roman numbers, just slightly harder. So make sure you stick around and watch the next video as well. Like, subscribe, and bell icon. This has been Vivek, guys. I'll see you all next time.